Okay, last time we talked about setting up to save your session and setting those project settings that way. So we're going to kind of touch up on that just right at the very beginning, but this session is about setting up EzDrummer and Reaper for multi-channel outs and doing specific processing to each track, and even being able to render those files out to WAV files. That way you can open it up in other sessions or other studios. Okay, so understanding saving sessions, we're going to go ahead and set up a folder. So we have a save folder here that we made on our first session, on our first tutorial, and then we have our test song that we made, and it had our test song session and that one little file that we made. Okay, so now I'm going to think ahead of the game, and I'm going to go ahead and put a folder right here because I know I'm going to start this this session with the EzDrummer. So I'm just going to call it drums. Okay, I'm going to open up drums, and I'm going to make a new folder called audio files. It's just like we did on the last one, except I'm doing it right now instead of opening up Reaper and having it prompt me to do it. It's still going to prompt me to ask me where, but I'm not going to have to make those folders anymore because they're already made. So each song you're going to see is going to have a test song audio files. Okay, drums, where's my drums? Drums, audio. Let me go ahead and make that files. It doesn't really matter what you name them as long as it works for you and you can kind of keep everything together. And then we got our save folder where we haven't, okay, I guess we've been working on some stuff, or I probably have been trying to make videos that I ended up deleting. But let's go ahead and do this now. Open up Reaper. It's going to ask us where we want to, what we want to save this project, and we are going to put it in. Let's see, where is it at? Okay, we're in mic and drums. Okay, so we're going to put it inside drums, and we're going to call it drums. So the folder is drums, and the file is drums. Where it says Reaper right here, it's actually going to change to drums once I hit save. So we're going to save it, and now it's called drums. Okay, so this session is called drums. But if I'm going to make any WAV files, if I'm going to add bass or vocals to these drums, it needs to know where to save them. So just like the last video, I'm going to go ahead and save this, and it's right here. Drums is here, and there goes my audio files. Hit OK, and it's going into audio files. 44 samples, 24-bit sample rate. Hit OK, and I'm ready to rock. Now you set that up in every song. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get on to EzDrummer. So we're going to enter, set up a virtual instrument, and it's a tune track right here. It's going to ask us to set these up, and we're going to go ahead and say yes. So that way we can have outputs to each track on Reaper is going to represent the tracks that are in EzDrummer. Okay, it's loading up the memory right now, and you open up the mixer, and right now the kick, the snare, the hi-hats, they're all going to track 1 in Reaper. So all you're going to get is one big stereo file. Now you can mix them right here, and that's kind of cool, but you can't put any effects on each one, or you can't route one to another channel if you want to set up like a reverb synth or something like that. So you just right click anywhere in this area and set up for multi-channel. So now this is going to 1, it's going to 2, it's going to 3, it's going to 4. These toms, like tom 1, tom 2, and tom 3, they're all going to 5. Okay, and this is a stereo track going to 6 of the overheads, and then the room mic's going into 7 stereo track. Alright, so we'll open up a little groove, just something, just a little drum thing right quick. And you can see that they're all going to their own. And you can solo them, so you solo the kick. And if you want to process the kick, but do a little EQing on it, or you want to take that snare, send it to a little reverb, you can do that. Now that's not where it stops, because let's say channel 5, you have your toms. Well, there's no toms in this sample, so let me go ahead and grab a sample that does have toms. A good fill should have some toms. That particular fill doesn't have any toms. Okay, there goes the toms. And I'll go ahead and stop that. So I can take this tom right here, this fill, I can drag it over here to this first track. Alright. Now this first track is reading all the MIDI information that's set up for each drum. And it's sending it out because it's running off this plugin. And it's sending it out to these. Okay, so 5 right here works with these 5s right here. So if I solo 5, put on a loop so we can keep playing it, you're just going to hear the toms. Okay. But I can pull this tom down, bring it back up. So you can work this mix, these track 5s, into easy 5 right here. And you get panning too. You can't hear the panning from the video software that I'm using to capture the screen because I don't know, I guess it doesn't support stereo. But in my ears, I can hear the panning. I can hear all the toms on the right. So you can set them up any kind of way you want. And not only that, you can also send this tom to 1 if you want, over there with the kick. So right now, here goes the kick. Because the only thing I have right now is soloed is easy 1, and here goes the 1. Nothing else is going to play. But if I take this tom and send it to 1, you're going to hear it. Okay, so you can do a lot setting up this routing this way. Now another cool thing you can do is you can record the output. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm just going to go ahead and do the kick and the snare. Now let's say I like what I have here, but I'm using too much processing power running this plugin. Okay, but I like the way the drums sound. I don't want to use the plugin anymore. I can bounce these out. I can record what I'm hearing from the kick, and I can record what I'm hearing from the snare. If I right click right here, and instead of recording the input, like let's say if I had a microphone coming into channel 2, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to record what I'm hearing. I'm going to record the output. Okay, so the kick is a mono, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that one mono. Record the output mono. Same thing for the snare, that's mono. Record the output mono. You could do stereo if you wanted to, it doesn't matter. But now when you do the toms, if you were to do the toms, you would definitely have to record the output in stereo. Because otherwise you'll take all your 3 toms and send them right down the middle, and you lose your image that you might have had set up in the EzDrummer plugin. So we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and set that up stereo. Record output stereo, and I'm going to hit record. Now I can record all these too if I want. I just really don't need to for this exercise, for this tutorial. So I need to take this off, or I'll be recording over that and I won't get any sound. So hit record. Okay, save that. I can actually mute EzDrummer. I can even delete EzDrummer because I don't need it anymore. I wouldn't suggest deleting it because you may want to go back and fix a few things and then make another render. But yeah, you can hear these wave files now. So like I said, if you do it to all of them, you have more options. Well, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any videos, there's a lot of good stuff out there. I know, I think it's Reaper Tutorials. He's got a really good website and he's some great information. But if there's something out there that you would want me to do tutorials on, just shoot me something on a comment or something, and I'll go ahead and do it. My next one is going to be beat detection in Reaper, and it's really fast and really easy. So let me do one more thing before I leave. I'm going to show you the saves that we made, because we're working in drums, and we've been working for more than 5 minutes, so we should have had a backup just in case electricity hits and bam, my session goes away and my computer stops. Okay, we'll go ahead and save this. And so I go to my save folder. So here goes drums, here goes our session, and here goes our audio files. We should have 3 audio files, a stereo and 2 monos. And there they go. 1, 2, 3. That's what we created. So I can drag this over on a thumb drive and I can have my drum session that I created. Where's my save folder? Okay. So here we go. We got drums. Now the other things that saved, I didn't save them. I didn't actually title the thing like I showed you in the first video. But on drums I did. So this says on drums at on this particular date at this time, 11:57 in the morning, I created this. And so that's not going to go away. 5 more minutes later there would be another one. So we probably worked on it almost 10 minutes, and if we would have done the full 10, we would have saved another one. And then that way it lets me know what which one I'm actually looking for. Well, alright guys, see you in the next tutorials.